Religion. Is it really that complicated? We're going to talk about it. Stay tuned. What's going on, folks? It's your boy Javier with the Javier Show, bringing you all the topics about religion and about politics. So hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos just like this. And thank you for supporting me, for all my subscribers out there, giving you a shout out. So let's get into it. All right. So religion. Is it really that complicated? I got a quick answer for you. No, it's not that complicated. Religion is actually very, very simple. And a lot of people try to make religion seem more complicated than what it really is. But to be honest with you, let's sum it up just like this. Religion is history. Plain and simple. It's just history. It's a book that happened at some point in history, or a story that was told some point in history, and it led to a lot of people doing a lot of things because of it. It's that simple. A lot of people try to dig deep and theologically and philosophically into religion and try to make it complicated. You can make anything complicated. If I took a Harry Potter book right now and I decided to go through every page and point out who wrote it, why they wrote it, who they wrote it for, and why everything in each page is where it is, why it's there, for what purpose, and how it has affected human beings in society, and how people who read Harry Potter books, how it changed their lives, and what it altered destiny, or whatever the case may be. You can break it down philosophically, you can break it down theologically, you can make a religion out of Harry Potter. It can happen. So why do people make religion so complicated? For the simple fact, I got an answer for you. Religion is complicated because the more complicated it is, the longer you spend trying to figure it out. And the longer you spend trying to figure it out, the more and more time you spend trying to validate what it is you believe, or why you believe what it is you believe. So there are big thinkers out there, people who are very, very smart, who take a lot of time and energy trying to decipher religion. But it's simple. It's just a book. Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhist, all these things. It's just a book. It's just information passed down from other people who thought things at one point and decided that it was important enough to them to pass it on to other people, and other people helped codify it and spread it throughout history. That's simple. Religion is very, very simple. And I'll give you a point. For instance, most people take what they want from the book regardless. Most people take from what they want from religion, despite all the complexities that people try to bring out of religion. It's simple. Like, you could go through all the pages of the Bible and you can flip it and you can say, what did this mean in the context that it was written? Why was it written? What did it really mean? How was it reinterpreted and reinterpreted and reinterpreted and reinterpreted? And how we was missing certain parts and people had to fill in those parts, and how we have scribes who change certain things. We can go through all of that, and it still wouldn't change the very fact that there are multiple denominations. So that means people are going to take away from the book what they want to take from it regardless. No amount of understanding or breaking it down on a philosophical level or theological level is going to change people's minds to a certain degree. All it would do is change a person from one denomination to the next denomination, or in most cases, like a lot of people, you just become an atheist. Because a lot of it don't make sense, a lot of it don't add up. Trying to understand. What I don't get is, if there's a God, if there is a higher being or beings, he, she, or it, whatever it could be, as far as I understand, why would it be so complicated? It should be very, 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 very simple. It should be the simplest thing that we can put our minds to, because that being would want us to know it. So humans make everything complicated. Humans like to break everything down on a scientific level and try to make it more than what it actually is. It's words on pages. It's stories passed down from history that other people have redefined and reinterpreted it and tried to make their own meaning of it. We don't know the ideas and the thoughts that was really going on at the time. We can't get into the minds of the people who wrote these things and told these stories. No, we can't. It's simple. So you can spend all this time, all this effort, all day, every day, trying to figure these things out. But I promise you, you just have, at the end of the day, your own interpretation. Many people have many gods. Many people in the same churches, synagogues, in the same mosque have different gods. They call it the same thing, but in reality, that God agrees with them. And that God that agrees with them may disagree with the person sitting right next to him. It's very simple. Now, people like me, and there are great thinkers out there who like to spend a lot of time studying religions and start understanding these things theologically and putting it in context and trying to break it down. It could be a hobby, it could be fun, and it could be a career path. But at the same time, for a majority of the people who just believe these things and go to church and actually pray and actually follow some of the tenets that's in their books or whatever it is that they subscribe to, it's not that complicated. It's very, very simple. So to most people, if you try to have these conversations and you try to say, well, what did this mean at this time and why did they write it this way? He could have wrote it this way. You can go through all of that. And for the very moment when you realize in somebody's eyes that, hey man, I just got faith. That's all it really is. And you can boil it down to that regardless. It doesn't need to make sense. It doesn't need to be complex. It doesn't have to be broken down. Some people, like fundamentalists, they take it word for word. And fundamentalists, they literally could become fanatic because some of the things in certain books actually lead you to doing some horrific things. Now, that's where the apologists come in and try to redirect people and fundamentalists away and say, no, you misunderstanding what the text say. But the text literally says this, but you have to go redefine it. You have to add your own context in it. You have to go through history and try to find ways to justify why people shouldn't take it literally. It's not that complicated. It's very simple. So religion is not complicated. It's very, 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 very simple. So I'm going to be making more videos like this. I'm focusing on politics and religion. So if you want to hear more, hit that subscribe button down below and, hit the bell. You get notified of all the new videos that's released every week. So I thank you for your support, and you came, you heard, you saw. Now run and tell them I said it. And if they ask for me by name, make sure you say it twice. This is the Javier Show.